Hi there, Susan Yasui with chapter 24 of Through the Eyes of a Child. So this is my daughter's voice, but I want to mention that this chapter was written in January of, many years ago. But it's very cold, whereas right now it's very hot as I'm reading this. So this first part doesn't make a lot of sense because it says, "Hello again. I hope you're all staying warm somehow." Oh yeah, we're staying very warm. But anyway, January. It was even colder up north of Hiroshima City a couple of weeks ago. We went to my dad's hometown for the Tondo festival. So what they do on the Tondo, I don't know how well it's explained in this story, but they have big bonfires and they end up burning the New Year's decorations. So this happens around the 15th of January. And anyway, here's the story. We went to my dad's hometown for the Tondo festival. We've gone there the last 2 years for international exchange with the elementary school. That school is the one my dad attended when he was my age. This year, there were 5 people from Brazil besides my American mom. Also, 2 of our Canadian teachers went with us, and then there was me. The first year we went there, we showed the students how to carve pumpkins. The school supplied some very big pumpkins, the orange type, which is so much easier to carve, like we have in America. The teachers used the knives to carve the faces that the students chose from the drawings my dad made. This is much like the last story when we carved pumpkins the month before. Then we lined all the pumpkins along the edge of the stage and took pictures of them. We taught the students some American games too. We had so much fun. Then in return, they taught us how to dance the Saijo Gawa Ondo. There was a great picture in the newspaper the next day of my mom with her hands up in the air doing this dance. At the end of the event, the students sang songs for us. I noticed the tears in my mom's eyes. She was so happy too about the warm friendship we all made that day. The event was so successful that they have invited us to their Tondo festival twice now. They showed us how to make our wishes for the new year, writing on a type of washi paper in big, bold letters called shuji. We used the traditional black ink stone and brush. I heard that the water used in mixing the ink is supposed to be water from the first day of the new year. But no one said that ours was, so maybe we used usual water. The foreigners had to write theirs out in English, holding the paper sideways. But they experienced the spirit of the day just the same. My father gives a speech each time we go, telling the students how happy he is to bring his bicultural family back to his own elementary school each year. He tells them how important he feels international exchange is and how much he hopes that this experience will help them to understand more of the world. Everyone claps loudly and we get on with the festivities. Next, my dad and a Brazilian man took turns beating the mochi rice with a really big mallet. The Japanese ladies then showed my mom and the others how to roll the mochi into small balls and then flatten them into cakes. With the wish papers tied to the tall bamboo branches set for the bonfire, the used New Year's decorations were on the stack too, and the mochi was ready, so the torches were lit and we set the big pile on fire. It reached about 20 feet into the air and warmed us in the snow. We kids started roasting the mochi cakes over the fire with strips of dried cuttlefish warmed alongside. The adults were drinking something they called rice juice. Oh yeah, rice juice. Ha, sake. Anyway, We told the kids it was rice juice. They were drinking something they called rice juice out of a 3-foot long hollow bamboo branch that had been warming by the fire. They were all so bright-eyed over that rice juice that I thought we kids should be allowed some too. I forgot all about it though, because just then my mochi was ready. It tasted even better than usual out in the cold, standing by that huge fire. Then we all went into the gym for bowls of red bean soup. I don't really like it. It is too sweet. I did like sitting around on the mats on the floor with the elementary school kids. My cousin, Mommy-chan, goes to that same school, so she and I sat together. I think she is proud to have me as her cousin. Then to finish the day, someone from each country got up and told about the various festival traditions of their country. When word got out that we were in town for the kids at the elementary school, we were invited to another fire festival the next day. This time we were asked to present the festival ourselves for the people of the local Rojin home, which in the U.S. we call them, well, we used to call them old folks homes. Nowadays they say assisted living homes. We spent the night at my grandparents' house. My dad got up early in the morning to cut the bamboo limbs for the fire. When everything was ready, When everything was ready, he came back for the rest of us. The staff provided the mochi cakes and sake. We helped wheel the old folks out in their wheelchairs and helped the others walk slowly to the chairs around the fire. We kids ate mochi and played in the snow while the old folks sipped only about a spoonful of sake each. Even that made some of them cough, and it was very cold out there, even by the fire. Judging by the long handshakes and the tears rolling down their cheeks, though, I think we helped them somehow that day. One old man could even speak English. He was crying most of the time, but he seemed to feel better speaking English to me, so I sat by him for a long time. Then we rolled everyone back into the inside and said our goodbyes. On the train back home that day, we saw streams of smoke rising from the many little Tondo festivals dotting the hillsides along the way. We counted over 50 of them before the train pulled back into the Hiroshima station. I noticed that we didn't see any as the city grew close. How different country life and city life are, don't you think? I'm really glad that I have a family to visit out in the country too. All right, that completes that chapter, and I'll be reading you chapter 25 very soon. Thank you.